Hey guys, Samiar Nefzi, and I'm outside of the Benedum Center right now. So in just a few moments, we're gonna go inside the Benedum Center to talk to Trevor Dion Nicholas, who plays the Genie in Disney's Aladdin. Hey guys, so I'm now inside the Benedum Center with Trevor Dion Nicholas, who plays the Genie in Disney's Aladdin. So Trevor,
yeah,
you are from Morgantown,
yes,
West Virginia.
Absolutely.
All right, let's backtrack a little bit. But you play the Genie in the West End, which is in London. How did that all come about?
Well, I initially joined the Broadway cast, and then I was there for a few months. And then I got asked, "Hey, would you like to open London?" So I was like, "Yes, I'd love to open London." I actually had a big cry actually at the moment, but yeah, I was like, "Yeah, I want to open London." So like, I got to go open the London production. I've been doing that for a couple of years, and then they asked, "Hey, how would you feel about going home, like and getting to do the show in Pittsburgh?" And so I was like, "Yeah, that's fantastic."
Definitely.
So yeah, it's been cool. So I've gotten to bounce between 3 different companies for the show, and now I'm here in my backyard.
Definitely. So you grew up in Morgantown, which is like an hour and a half from Pittsburgh. So you've come to see shows here.
Yeah, frequently. Actually, I saw the touring production of Ragtime when I was in high school, and that was the moment where, because I'd been in theater since I was 8, but like that was the moment when I was like, oh, I think I want to like make a career of this as opposed to just letting it be a hobby. Like when I actually try and make a thing of this, and so that was like, yeah, that was here in Pittsburgh. So now it's really cool to get to come back and perform.
Definitely. So like, what has that been like? I guess coming to the Benedum Center and seeing a show, and then now like you're performing here for 3 weeks.
It's surreal. Like it's definitely surreal. I'm sure it's weirder for my parents who've come a couple times and seen me because they were used to us sitting there together, and now they're watching me from the seats in the Benedum Center. But yeah, it's really cool. It feels really nice. It feels really nice to be welcomed home.
Definitely, that has to be like such an awe moment to like come out, that opening number you do. And then I know, because I got to see the show a few nights ago, and like the second the curtain comes up and you're standing there, everyone is just like the roaring applause.
Yeah.
What is that like?
No, it's good. It's I think it's part of it is they know what's coming. It's like there's that anticipation, and as the orchestra swells and like that, the curtain drops, and like it's the first thing they see is the Genie, and so there is the idea is that I'm welcoming them into Agrabah before we even really get started. So yeah, no, it feels awesome.
Definitely, I think one of like, besides like you're phenomenal in the show,
no, thank you.
But like what's it like, I guess, looking out and seeing the younger kids see the show? Because there was a little girl and her mother, and they were just like bobbing along to every song.
No, it's cool. Like? It's cool because you get kids who were like Disney fanatic kids who have been watching, whose parents have shown them this movie since they were infants, and then you get kids who. This might be their first exposure to the theater, but it's such a good doorway in for them because it's a lot of fun. It's really bright and flashy. The songs are catchy, and they'll recognize a lot of them, and so it's easy to get kids involved, and then it can become a lifelong thing for them, like it did for me, because I started seeing shows when I was a kid, and then it turned into seeing them as a young adult, and like then now it's my job, and I love it. So yeah.
Definitely. So going from like this beloved tale, I guess, you have so much going on during the show. You're like one after another. You just keep going and going. What is that energy like? How do you prepare for that each night?
Rest and water, honestly, hydrating. But it's a big energy show, and so when we have busy weeks and when we have like rehearsals during the day and shows at night, it can be exhausting. And so it's just taking the time when I'm not on stage and being as restorative as possible, and just like trying to rest and sleep as much as you can and just like be ready for it. But honestly, my body is at the point where it knows what's coming, so like the adrenaline starts to build before things happen, and so it's like it responds before I even realize it, and then I'm ready to go. By the time I'm out there, it's ready to go. And honestly, that entrance after the lamp gets rubbed for the first time is the biggest adrenaline rush, and it's impossible for me not to get this full like burst, and like I can feel it tingle through like, all the way through my fingertips and my toes, and it's like it's impossible not to have that natural response for me once we get going. So yeah, once the ball starts rolling, it just kind of perpetuates itself. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. The costuming in the show, phenomenal. have to ask a question. Do you get hot in that Genie costume?
The short answer is yes, and the long answer is still yes. But it looks really cool, so I don't mind. Like, yeah, it's warm. It's warm. It's warm. It's heavy, especially the one in the opening is really heavy, but they're warm. And so if you'll notice in Agrabah, there's a lot of skin showing, but there's a few characters who don't show a lot of skin. Sultan, Jafar, Iago, Genie. We're covered like wrist to ankle, and so it's like it's a warm one, but it looks so gorgeous that it's worth it. Yeah.
It definitely does. That's like one thing, and then the show. There's like so many costume changes. There's in 1 minute. There's like over 102 costumes changed in less than 1 minute.
Yeah.
What is that like? Are you a part of that? Like,
well, I have one very specific, very fast costume change, which no spoilers. Come see the show. Is a really unique thing to be a part of, and so it's really quick, and the way it works and the way it's rigged is really fascinating, and it's just some good old-fashioned stage magic. But it looks really amazing when I'm wearing one costume, and then in the blink of an eye, I'm wearing a completely different costume in front of the audience's eye. Yeah.
Definitely, there was a couple of spots you're definitely gonna have to see that, and it's just mind-blowing when those happen. You're just like, how did they do that?
Yeah.
So then another thing is the makeup, the Genie. You still have some glitter on you right now.
I always have glitter on me. I always have glitter on me. This is how I live my life. I have committed to this glitter lifestyle, and I'm just going to own it. And so I try to wash as much of it off as I can after a show, but it never all comes off. Glitter is one of those things that like will stick with you forever. Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. So when you go home, is there just like glitter all over your stuff?
Yeah. My pillows, my sofa, like articles of clothing, doesn't matter how many times you wash them. Glitter likes to hang around like a bad tweet. It'll just keep popping up whenever you don't want it to. Yeah.
Like a Twilight vampire.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what it really is I'm an undead vampire, and so whenever I step into the sun, the natural glitz and glitter from the Stephanie Meyer novels is what people are really seeing, not glitter from the show.
There you have it. You now know. So what else? You do a couple other things outside. You have a band. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. I have a band called Neighborhood Goliath, and so it started with myself and my writing partner JST Andrews. We started in Florida. We were both living down there. I was working at Disney World. He was working at a guitar center. We found each other, and we've kind of like built this artist collective. Is like, I know is hippy dippy as that sounds, but like the idea is that I'll write songs, I'll bounce them to him, we'll bounce stuff back and forth, and then we will bring in different musicians to like kind of flesh them out. And so I play guitar, I play bass, I play keys, he plays a little bit of everything as well. And so, but like the idea is we're getting these other musicians to take our ideas and grow them. And so we self-released an EP and a full-length album a few years ago. We're actually right now, while I'm here, recording another full-length album. And so like
you are busy.
Yeah, staying busy. So like this week, my drummer Steve Gilbertson is in London in the studio recording drums this week for it. And so we're just kind of like, we're getting rolling on a new one, but I love it because I get to, as much as I get to do on stage with Aladdin, it's so good to still get to express what I want to express through my music. And so like it's alternative indie soul. We're on Twitter, Instagram, give us a follow at Neighbor Goliath. But yeah, I love it.
Definitely. So where do you find all the time to do that? Between managing like all the energy you need to play the Genie and then doing that, how do you do that?
It's a balancing act. It's a very tentative balancing act, and I have a tendency to overwork sometimes. And so I'll kind of push, and then I'll get to a point where I'm like, okay, I need to kind of pull back and have like a day or two of just silence and turn my phone off and all that stuff. But like, I love it. I love all the aspects of performing. I love what I get to do as the Genie. I love what I get to do as a musician. And at the same time, I'm still auditioning for like voiceover and TV and film. And so it's like, yeah, I just love being busy. I get more uncomfortable when I'm still than when I'm busy. So like, if I'm not at least a little stressed out, then I'm wondering what's wrong. Yeah.
Definitely. So you're gonna do a couple more stops here with the North American tour, and then you're going back to the West End. So
yes,
where else
correct.
are you going?
After we're here in Pittsburgh, so we're here through September 9th, and then we jump to Atlanta, which is going to be really fun. I have some family there. My sister lives there. The food is amazing. It's going to be awesome. And then we go to New Orleans, which I'm really, really excited about. I haven't been to New Orleans since I was a kid, and like I love music and food, and like, so this is like the perfect city for me to like finish up with the tour, and then after that I'll go back to London. I'll be back on stage in the West End doing what I do.
That is so exciting, and we're so thankful to have you here.
No, thank you.
Back at the Benedum Center. So make sure you get the chance to stop by and see Aladdin playing now till September 9th.
Please.
I